Walking this bitch like, hey, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey, bitch, I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. All on tour, got bitches screaming. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. Here's the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Tuco. Bro, what's good?
Bro, what's good is, man, bro, there was a pay-per-view that went on earlier today. Of course, your boys, man, we had to take care of some outside work, things, and we couldn't watch the pay-per-view with everyone else, but we did get to watch it. We did get to experience everything, and that's why we're coming on now to really sit back and talk about it now.
Yes, sir.
Just this a little bit here, just this a little bit here. We good there. But other than that, man, what a show, man. All in 2024, man. Tony Khan said, I'm gonna reach in this bag and I'm pulling out everybody. Everybody that's on the roster. You. Come on, you. Come on, you too. Hey, you grabbing the bag, yeah, come on. Right. He grabbed everybody, and man, I mean the 0 hour had. Yeah, every match had at least. I don't think there was one singles match. I think every match had at least up to 8 to maybe 4 people in every match. But we got to see a lot of people. Sammy Guevara. It was actually nice to see Sammy. Sammy looked happy. He looked nice over there in Ring of Honor. But I prefer to see him back on the AEW side. I understand right now. There were some things between him and TK. They got to get that fixed out. We'll worry about that later. Your boy, you called it. You said Daniel Garcia was going to come back. Daniel Garcia showed up and came back. You said that girl Jamie was going to show up. Jamie Hayter showed up. You said that boy Ricochet was going to show up. That boy Ricochet showed up. And because man said so much of this stuff, man, and you got your fair share, ladies and gentlemen, the franchise has finally finished the story. And I have to remove the championship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No longer the champion. He is the champion. I will drop this off to him. Oh no, you off tomorrow, so you won't even get it tomorrow.
I work tomorrow.
Oh, you work tomorrow? Oh, I'll drop it off tomorrow.
Appreciate you. I can't wait to do Monday Night Raw now.
Right, I'm about to say, I'm about to say, it's okay, it's all good. Because you're only gonna have it for a few days. Because we got another pay-per-view. We got 2 pay-per-views coming up next week. This weekend actually. So I'm gonna get it back, so I ain't worried about that, man. But it's okay. You got it. It's all you. The franchise is the new champ. Kicking things off. The first, after the SummerSlam, we ended things, and of course, man, your boy, I reign supreme. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's still the year of the king of the 2024, man. It's still my year. He can have it for a little bit. I'm a generous king. He can have it for a little bit. But bro, other than that, bro, dude, what did you think of the show, man? I rambled for a minute. What you think of the show?
No. Hey man, I thought the show top to bottom. You and I, we were texting pretty much throughout the whole thing. Even had a few phone calls in between. Dude, I thought the show top to bottom delivered. Like All In is AEW's version of WrestleMania for a second year in a row. We drew over 50,000 plus. I think last year it was like 76,000 something. Was the official number, but I know
they lowered the number. They lowered the number. Yeah. It is what it is. And I want to say this because I know people were showing pictures like, oh, they got stuff tarped off. Look here, so did SummerSlam. It ain't no point even going all that because if you was at SummerSlam, you know how much they had tarped off. So it is what it is, man. Look, there's so much going on. People only got but so much money. Okay.
Hey, let me speak my mind about that too because as wrestling media, which you and I, we pride ourselves on being fair, right? We pride ourselves on, being equally opinionated. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. So really quick, about people talking shit about AEW and in attendance. Okay, here's the thing. It's like, how much further are we going to continue to move the goalpost, right? How many times are we going to continue to find excuses? Last year when they said they did 80,000 plus,
that's their whole motivation.
When they said they did 80,000 plus, people were like, yeah, okay. Then the numbers came out and it's like 76 or something, whatever. Okay, still the second largest show ever for a non-WWE
outside of WWE.
And then this year we run it back again. Okay, and so they do 50K or 50 plus, whatever. And people still complaining about the fact that there's empty seats. Here's the thing. I think what people got to understand, what people got to realize, I'm not making excuses for anybody because it was WWE, Impact, whatever. I would say the same thing. Bro, if you are already paying, and I don't know what the AEW tickets are, but I know what we draw for SummerSlam. We had pretty good seats. And that cost, a pretty good grip. So my thing is, if I'm going to go to a stadium show, I'm not sitting way up in the nosebleeds. And people keep on taking pictures of the tarped off section. So they're taking pictures of shit that's tarped off way up top. If I'm in a 60, 70,000 seat venue, I'm not about to spend $200-$300 to sit way up top. I'm either sitting in the middle level or I'm sitting on the ground level. And you got to also think about it too. You got the lighting rigs and shit like that. When you sit in certain areas, you're paying a lot of money and you still might not be able to see because of the goddamn lighting rig. So it's like, people got to understand, bro. It ain't like it's the floors that's empty. It's not the club sections that's empty. It's the higher levels, which is fine, bro. Because my thing is, people already, it's hard enough to buy a damn ticket. If I can't afford to sit somewhere comfortable and enjoy 5, 6, 7 hours of wrestling, I'm not going. So that shit kind of annoyed me. Or like even with SummerSlam, the thing that I noticed, because you and I were there, people was taking pictures of the stadium before the fucking show even went on air. So you taking pictures during doors at like 5:30 for a 7 o'clock show. It's like, bro, yeah, this shit gonna look empty. People taking a piss, people going to get food, and
people ain't got in yet.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And you could tell that the shit is before the show even started because the trons ain't even up. You ain't got nobody in the ring. The announcers ain't even at the goddamn table. It's like, so I hate that. I hate that people will literally go out of their way to watch a product just to shit on it, be like, oh, it ain't sold out. Bruh, we just talk about motherfuckers barely be on the hard cam for a regular AEW. They did 50,000 across the pond and y'all still complaining. Like, it's just the weirdest shit to me, man. Wrestling fans they are a strange demographic, I must say.
No, but they are, and it's tribalistic, man, because, the whole notion that, we're watching guys, and the perception is that these are all the people that weren't good enough for WWE. And we know that to not be true about a lot of those guys. We know it not to be true about a lot of people because, first and foremost, man, a lot of people in WWE, it wasn't that they weren't good enough, because there were a lot of people that were good enough. They weren't getting the opportunity. They weren't being looked at as somebody to be pushed. They weren't being put in a position to succeed. They were being put in a position for someone else to succeed. Now, that's part of the game. We all understand that. But at the same time, how many people, and this is before AEW, how many people was on WWE and we're like, bro, man, like, why? Like, why are we seeing the same two people win the title? Like, why? Like, come on, man. It was one thing when it was John Cena, but then it was like once John Cena started dipping off, it's like you got a whole plethora of people that you can really do a lot with. And you're the top dog company, man. It's like, come on, man. You can utilize more people, and they didn't do it. They did not utilize a whole bunch of people. They let a lot of people go by the wayside. It took until COVID for Bobby Lashley to get a WWE championship. It's like, bro, come on, man. Like, he should have been WWE champion. Like, my bad, but it's that aspect of it where it's like, bro, they did what they did. Cody and them did what they did. People trashed him. They talk shit about Cody when he's trying to help out. Now look at him. Now everybody talking about, oh yeah, now he's where he needs to be. It's like, bro, pick a side. Pick a damn side.
You know what? And you absolutely hit something right on the head when you said the AEW or TNA or these other places or, people that's not good enough. No, sometimes there's just too much fucking talent. And that's just what it is. Like, bro, look, there's priority, right? If you or I were to take over a company, right? we have similar people we like, but then there's people that I like that you might not like per se, and vice versa. So if we ran the company, there's certain people that I will push that you will probably look at like, bro, like you completely underutilizing this person, or why this person even get this big of a push, and vice versa. That's the same thing with AEW and WWE, bro. Like Vince had his people, Triple H got his people, Tony Khan got his people, Scott D'Amore got his people. It's like at the end of the day, bro, yeah, naturally some people are going to get favored more than others, and it takes them to go to a different company. Think about people that get traded, like in the NFL or the NBA. Bro, how many times have we seen somebody have a lackluster career on the team, then they get a change of scenery, new city, new team, new uniform, bro, then they start balling out. Like sometimes it's not always the person. Sometimes it's just the environment where you're at. You know, a pro wrestling ain't the same. You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, there's different flavors. With Ricochet, he has had an okay career in WWE, but I think today we kind of saw, okay, AEW might be more of his style. Like, bro, seeing him the way he was in the ring right now, I have no worries about Ricochet. One of the biggest concerns for Will Ospreay before he became All Elite was him needing to work on his promos. Now, Will Ospreay is one of the most entertaining people on the mic. Is he a great promo? No, but is he entertaining? And can you trust him to go out there and sell a match in the story? Absolutely. Swerve Strickland, famous between you and I. I said this, bro, a million times. You saw you was ahead of the curve with Swerve. I didn't see it at first right away in NXT. I didn't latch on to Swerve until he came through with Hit Row, and it's like, I get it now. I see it now. John Moxley wasn't a fan of Dean Ambrose in WWE. Respected it, wasn't really a fan. Now in AEW, I see it. Oh, you just might need to change the scenery.
No. You're right. And Earl, I want to get to Earl because first of all, Earl, what up with you, bro? Shout out to Earl. Earl says, man, I watched all the matches up to MJF versus Ospreay. I fell asleep. Damn it, Earl. What did you cook? What did you cook? You cooked the itis. That was the problem. You cooked too much.
Yes, sir.
He says, so what did I miss? By the way, prior to falling asleep, rating was at 4.1. Adjust it for me, please. Wow. First and foremost, if you watched the show up until that point and you gave it a 4.1, Earl, hey, bro, it only goes up from there.
Oh, yeah.
Then he says, man, I don't want to hear about too much talent when you have titles that go months at a time not being defended or contracts that are in place to keep you from going elsewhere. Now, again, Earl, I'm glad you said that because that was a huge. Okay, I'm gonna go into my Donald Trumps. Huge. It was huge. It was huge.
Hey, hold on. Mama, it wasn't. Hey, mama, it wasn't a little bit. It was huge.
It was huge. Okay, it was huge in WWE because what did Vince ended up doing when AEW was getting ready to try to come around? What was they doing?
Everybody.
Brought up, signed, re-signed every single body, and everybody, and the whole conversation was why would Vince sign all these people when we know damn well half these people we ain't even gonna see half these people. We knew we weren't gonna see half them people, and that's why for me it was different for Vince because Vince he was in his ego was leading everything. Hey man, Vince, he gets all the credit in the world. You can't take away what he created with wrestling because we all watch it. There's reason why we're doing this, man. Part of it because we love this sport, but we also know at a certain point, man, he went from grooming and presenting new talent and doing all that stuff to just having the one or two people once he became a traded company. It was more of an image thing than it was anything. Like him going public. Yeah, man, you had the soccer moms and everybody complaining and writing in letters. So he had to change up the image and everything. So it was more PG. And we know how we felt about that. But that really was detrimental to a lot of people because I don't think we got the flow of folks. If you weren't a third generation star or just somebody that he saw that he felt you were a potential, and how many people did we see that Vince thought was this next big thing, but they were nothing and they ain't never been shit. So you always gonna have that dynamic when you have different companies, and for people to look at guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think everyone is a WWE champion, but I do think a lot of people bring a lot to the table, especially nowadays because wrestling has evolved. It's not what it used to be when it was the 80s. Hell, not even the 90s. Really, that late 90s, really 2000s is when it adjusted. When you got more people like Chris Benoit and the Eddie Guerreros and the Dean Malenkos in the cruiserweight division and everybody else, and that more technical style of wrestling that started to take over, that's when you seen the evolution of wrestling. So Vince was like way stuck on the big beefcake guys, because who won the championships all the time? You never really, every now and then you got a Bryan Danielson, but every now and then who? John Cena, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. It's like shit, man.
But you know it's crazy. You got the smaller guys when you ran out of shit to do with the big guys. Like I would say there were like that I could think of off the top of my head that people that probably could have held the titles more times than they did, but just didn't for whatever reason. Smaller guys, Shawn Michaels always sticks out at number one. Bret Hart, them two.
There were a few. There were a small few that really did have that power, that impact, but it was more of just overwhelming popularity. Like like Shawn Michaels was just like, dude, he was a rocker. Like people love Shawn Michaels as a rocker. And then Bret Hart and the Hart Foundation, that came in on a different animal, and it was just like, bro, the best there is, the best there was, the best that there ever will be. And then he go out there and show you he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Sometimes it's the name, it's a gimmick, it's not just the wrestling.
Do you know one person who I feel like, to me, and I know his death kind of somewhat played a part of it, but you know one person who I feel like should have definitely won more gold than he did, and I'm talking singles gold, like WWE or World Heavyweight, it's Eddie. Eddie sticks out to me because because my thing is, bro.
I got a few names to add to that, because you can add Mr. Perfect. You can add Mr. Perfect first and foremost. Mr. Perfect should have been a WWE champion. There is no reason Mr. Perfect should never have been a champion, because you can't tell me
Roddy Piper.
Piper, you know what? Piper could have been champion. You got to throw Piper on it. He could at least have one. He could have had one or two for a short period of time. Or I wouldn't even say at the time he was dealing with Hogan. So you were never going to get a long title reign in the era of Hogan or Ric Flair. Right. That. Now, like, let's just be real about that. In that era, you weren't going to get a long title reign. You can get a win. You can win the championship. You can beat that guy, but you're not going to get a long title reign or a mini title reigns like they did. Just so we can get back to the pay-per-view, man, because Earl, we want to get back to the people. But that was just something that bothered me, because I saw a lot of people talking shit about the TARP and AEW not having people. And it's like, bro, like, look, y'all, SummerSlam was no different. Like, they didn't, like, trust me, man. Like, we said, I ain't gonna lie, the way that they showed them tickets, I thought everybody was everywhere. I thought there was gonna be people on both sides. The side that we were on, we had all the people, but on the other side, hey, there was tarps on the top level and on the middle level, and damn near on the bottom, like the lower mid level. There were some tarps, but a lot of it was filled in with people. But it was the same thing, man. They sold enough tickets to have a good enough number, and once they got to that number, it don't really matter, man. And like you say, how much longer are we gonna continue to really do this? And like I say, it's tribalistic, because that's what we are as people now in today's society, because with media and everything else and these phones, anybody can pick it up. Oh man, and then there it is. There's the talk, and it's like, man, let's move on to something else. So we're gonna move on to something else, man. Bro,
yes sir.
The first match to start the show, real quick, because we want to go through the card real quick, man. We had the Trios Championship ladder match. They ended up adding, and I was kind of surprised by this. So I guess Pac is now going to be a part of the BCC now, or like I don't know what triangle. So I'm trying to figure. And first of all, what happened to his title shot? Like, Pac had a title shot. He had a title shot for the AEW. Now, if he's going to get it afterwards, okay, cool, because you kind of already. I figured because you were building up the to the MJF and Ospreay match. I'm like, okay, give him the title shot after, but give him something. But he needed to be at Wembley, so you found the reason for him to be there, and he ended up winning and being a champion. But I was trying to figure because I told you, if it wasn't just going to be if it wasn't going to be just MJF and Ospreay, it was going to be Pac, because he got his title shot. He won the match. He got a number one contendership. He's technically the number one contender. Only reason he didn't get it because MJF was already had the match guaranteed. But outside of that, he joined the trios match. House of Black. It was the stepdaddy and his kids, and
you stupid.
it was House of Black. Oh, and it was the gun, Bang Bang Gang, the Bang Bang Gang. I might say the Bang Bang Clan. The Bang Bang Gang. Not a bad match. Not a bad match. I sometimes when you have a lot of people like that, the matches can get sloppy. We've seen enough of it where it can get sloppy. So I thought they were good. I thought they had a little bit of spots. It did feel rushed.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel rushed. Like I felt like they did have to put it in better context. Apparently the Taylor Swift concert is supposed to start in London at the Wembley Stadium, starting Monday or Tuesday or something like that. So Tony Khan and them were asked, prior to last year's when they agreed to it, that they needed to get through this pay-per-view. So we knew that, they asked TK to, hey, we want you guys back, but we got Tay-Tay coming. So
right.
We want that Tay-Tay money. So we need you guys to come in, do what you do, but we need you to pack up and get out. So if it felt rushed to people, that's the reason why. Because they were on a time crunch. It wasn't because TK was just trying to throw a whole bunch of matches out there and wasn't trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. It was a time crunch because of money. Taylor Swift is getting ready to do some concerts there. Yeah. They needed AEW clear out, and they paid AEW extra money to make sure, hey, can you do this? So if it felt rushed, that was the reason why. But I also felt like they also still got enough time to put on a good enough match.
No, absolutely. And my thing is too, but what I did like about the kind of faster paced structure of the show was that I feel like everything just felt important, because I feel like in no match did I really see a lot of wasted movement. Did I see a lot of wasted spots? I mean, there were some mistakes and shit, but I mean, it's live television, it's a live production, so I mean, shit's gonna happen. But I feel like for the most part, bell to bell, match to match, whether it's one-on-one or multi-man or women matches, I feel like, man, they did good. And even with the video packages, shout out to TK. I know we give WWE a lot of praise because they are the best in the business when it comes to, put together a video package for a pay-per-view.
Hands down.
But I would say this.
Them video packages make you more interested in a match than what you really know it to be.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's like watching like a recap of your favorite show from the season before, and that to catch you up to speed before the first episode of a new season. Like AEW, Tony Khan specifically, I feel like every match on the card, every story felt important, and I feel like they did a great job of minimalizing all the footage and all of the vignettes and stuff before the matches. So, I feel like everything, man, really was just, you and I, we was talking, I think the first hour and a half, I believe, had 4 or 5 matches, so, I mean, they definitely did the damn thing. So I definitely love the faster paced structure. And, like you said, man, Tay-Tay, hey, I love AEW. We love pro wrestling. But if it's one motherfucker that's going to sell that bitch out, Tay-Tay going to sell some shit out. So, she going to probably do herself what AEW did with everybody combined. So, and as far as ticket sales and merch,
dude, her Monday setup is gonna do better than AEW.
Oh yeah,
That's just the setup, bro. It's Tay-Tay, man. Everybody loves them some Tay-Tay. All right, bro. Okay, so but overall, Christian Cage and them, bro, I'm so upset about what happened earlier on that night. But the match was cool. It was a good way to start the match. A good way to start the show. And then next up, man, they went straight into it. They said, "Hey, we're gonna give you these women." I thought.
What you thought, man? What you thought?
I thought it would be not. Oh my God, why can't I think of names? Britt versus Mone. I thought that was gonna be next, but we got Toni Storm and Mariah May, which I'm not mad about. First and foremost, for Mariah May to slap her own mama. Whoa, girl, what the hell is wrong with you? What?
Hey,
First of all,
clearly not of our culture, man, because we can't do that.
I mean, dude, first and foremost, wait a minute, she's there to support you when you're performing it, why? Why? Like there was that I don't know, but it was what it was. It did something because it kind of made people hate her even a little bit more. But Toni Storm, man, I know we've I want to get to the match. I know we've talked about Toni's character. People have said, "Oh, this was terrible," and then after a while, people are like, you know what? Hey, Toni cooking, let her cook. Now it's people are like, okay, now it's time to end it. Now that Toni has lost the championship, is the timeless era over?
So I would like to say, I think so. I think now is the perfect time for her to go back to her original self, or still be timeless Toni, but maybe not be as maybe dramatic. So maybe like a slight character change. Earl, he actually said something. He said, "Was it me or did Toni look like she was a step slow?" I don't think she was necessarily a step slow. I think that it was her. Okay, I feel like she maybe sold a little more than she needed to make Mariah May look like that much more of a threat, if that makes sense to me. I don't know if people really bought into Mariah May being a legitimate person to beat Toni Storm. I mean, I did.
Okay, I was about to say like, no, I can't say that. I can't even agree with that one because I felt like Mariah May deserved it because we saw enough of her. It's not like she just came in and got it. Like, dude, she's been working this Toni Storm thing for months. For months, she's been working this thing, and then she ends up in the tournament, and the tournament is 1-on-1. She's been going out there and showing people like, hey, I'm good enough to be in this company. I'm good enough to be in this business, not just in this company. I'm good enough to be in this business. So the fact that she did that, cool. And then the whole obsession of Toni, and then for her to turn on Toni, I didn't have a problem with none of that. Now the whole did Toni take a step back? Here's where I understand what you're saying, Earl, and I'm not gonna say I don't think you were wrong, but I think the reason why it felt that way is because there were too many multi-man matches. I felt like because there were so many multi-man matches, because there were so many people and there was so much going on, when it got to the one-on-one matches, it felt a little bit slower or off because we're watching just a single two people, where we would have an 8-man match, and then we have a 4-man match, and then we have another 6-man match, and then we have another 8, and then they have a one-on-one. So it was a few one-on-one matches, which you got to have some one-on-one matches. But then with it being the show that it was, we got a lot more other people. So to me, I felt like that was the if there was there's some like little lagging in certain matches, I feel like that was the more of the reason, because it was more matches with multiple people, so you constantly had something going on. Somebody, if you saw somebody do one thing, the next thing you know, somebody else is doing something on the outside. So I think that's what kind of threw it off. And TK tried to mix it up, pretty nicely throughout the night. I think he spread it out, the main matches that people wanted to see throughout the night pretty well, and he had the other stuff in between. I felt like the booking for tonight. The booking for the show, I felt like it was good. TK was in his bag as last year. I feel like he did just as good as last year, even though last year he had to have an audible at the start of the show, because we all remember what happened last year. So it's like to have to deal with that and still put on a good show. And then this year, everything just seemed to run smoothly. Everybody was ready to go. Everybody knew what had needed to be done. Everybody went out there and did what they needed to do. And yeah, I think it was a really good match. But at the end of the day, Mariah May, she showed that she is why a lot of people like her, why they think that she is really good, why they were really excited to see her kind of get this opportunity. And now it's about now that you gave us the chase, and we always question this. Sometimes the chase is better than the reign. Can the reign be better? Will Toni get a rematch? I think she will. I think we'll get a rematch, but if not, no time soon. Who do you see next for Mariah May? Because it's been so focused on her and Toni that now it's like, okay, we never really asked the question, if she wins or when she wins, who's next?
I mean, the first person that comes into mind is Mina Shirakawa. I think you're gonna have to pay off that.
She was there. She was there. Right.
So yeah, so Mina Shirakawa. I think somebody who hasn't been in the fold, at least on the Dynamite side in a while. You got Thunder Rosa. When you look at
she beat Peraza. She beat in
exactly.
rival. She beat Peraza.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And speaking of Peraza, Deanna, you got to throw her in there too. See, the thing is, AEW and Dynamite's been so focused on Monet, Baker. You got Hater in now. So Statlander, like you've got so many.
It was
different
built into All In. All of that was built into All In, though.
Exactly. So now with All In being like AEW's WrestleMania, or just like in true WrestleMania fashion, what up, Crypto LCJ? Just like WrestleMania, now you got to reset. So now, okay, we can kind of pivot from Toni Storm a little bit, because I think Toni, they may play something in with her and them for All Out, maybe because it's just so close together. So maybe somehow Toni squeeze her way
out the way so we can move forward.
Yeah. Because I look at All Out kind of like, how you had WrestleMania, you had WrestleMania Backlash back in the day, know. So I think All Out to kind of be like that. Okay, all right, let's tie up some loose ends real quick. But yeah, dude, I think whenever the hell Athena, bro, whenever she get cleared, man, bro, bring her back to AEW. Like, come on, stop playing, bro. Bro, Sheeta. I can see Sheeta and Mariah May having a banger, you know what I'm saying, for the chip. Like, come on, it's a few people, brother. But if I'm thinking like initially, it'd be Mina Shirakawa, and I'm thinking maybe Thunder Rosa would kind of be like my top two, considering everybody else is kind of fighting for the TBS championship or just on like Ring of Honor or some shit already.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute, man. We're gonna get to that TBS championship. Boy, I'm not going, man. We're gonna get to that one in a minute. All right, let me move that glass because we need to focus on this real quick. All right, man. So we got the trios out the way, we got the women's championship out the way. After that, man, it was Hook and Jericho. I honestly think we saw that for what it was gonna be. It was Hook beating Jericho. He was gonna have a comeback. The learning tree was going to do what they do. I had a feeling Taz was going to get tired of that shit.
Yeah.
My boy, he barely put the Taz submission on, but hey, I don't care, man. Taz had to come out and help his son, and that's all we wanted to see. That's all we were waiting for. We was waiting for Taz to get involved. He was being professional. He wasn't involving. He was letting his son do his thing, but he got tired of Jericho disrespecting his championship, which I want to ask you a question when I finish what I get ready to say. But at the end of that, man, that match, it was cool. It was a cool match. Again, I think because we had so many multi-people matches, when we got to another one-on-one match, which was surprisingly back-to-back, it was a lot slower. So, if there was an issue, I can't say you can't critique it, but I do think that it was a pretty cool match. Jericho once again proving that he doesn't need to be the number one guy, but even with him not needing to be the number one guy, he is still so out there that anybody that he's doing something with, it brings attention to it. And for Hook, and we've been wanting to see more of Hook. The one thing that we've been asking for when Hook first came in and we saw his style, we saw what he was doing, and we were like, okay, it works to a certain point, because after a while it's like, okay, he's only but so big. I get his style and what he is and his mystique, but it's like, bro, how many people are you going to put in front of him where they're nobodies? You need to put people legit in front of him. We got a Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy banged with him for a little minute, but Hook kind of dominated. It wasn't until Samoa Joe.
Samoa
Joe, whoo, man. Why did we give that match so much praise? Because not only did he put Hook in the place we knew a legit person could put him, but Hook showed, he showed what he needed to show. So we were like, yo, that was beautiful. We love that. We want to see more of that from Hook. We need to see more of that from him. I felt like he got that from Jericho, because Jericho, once again, this is 5 years in. This man won the championship 5 years ago and ain't held it since. He don't need it. He already got his name attached to it. but him wanting and willing to grow the company, bro, I just want to talk on that a little bit, man, because regardless of how people feel about him, and shout out to Fozzy, because once again, he got Fozzy performing on the stage, and sometimes you wonder in WWE, are people that free to do the stuff that AEW is doing? I sent you a text with Swerve and Jericho at a show over there. They doing cover songs, wilding out, having a good time, and it's like, bro, look at man, these dudes living their best life. Jericho, real quick before you talk about the match, man, just your thoughts on him, man, and what he's done for AEW overall, regardless of how good or bad something may have been. Just give people a little something.
No, I mean, no, absolutely. You hit the nail right on the head, man. Jericho.
Oh, we got the people coming in. Go ahead.
There's quite a few people that put AEW on the map and wouldn't exist without. I'm gonna start with the EVPs with Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, Cody Rhodes at the time, and Kenny Omega. They put that 10,000 seat show together in Chicago for the first ever All In show before AEW was a thing. That helped get the TV deal. And then when you talk about signings, you had Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was the first ever signing for AEW, right? And
major outside people that was already
which was crazy because at that time, Jericho was out here killing shit in New Japan. He just got let go out of WWE. He ain't been too long removed from one of his best storylines and one of the best storylines ever in WWE with Kevin Owens and the whole friendship with Jericho. Like Jericho. What?
I wouldn't call it the best, but it was one of those top tier Jericho thing, just Jericho being Jericho. Like, because I feel like every time Jericho came back, he was a different kind of variation of himself. And every variation, you hated the suit heel.
I sure the fuck did.
You hated that Jericho.
I hated that Jericho.
I loved that Jericho.
Yeah.
I loved him. You hated him. So that aspect of Jericho, man, it's like I won't say that with him and Kevin Owens was the best. That I feel like to me that was just another example of how good he is of just creating something that can be so stupid, can be so the list, bro, the list. He made that into something that shouldn't have been.
But you know why? Because he does something that a lot of talent don't do. Is he believes his own shit. Like, he believes in his own gimmick, bro. Like, when Jericho, I remember when Jericho, man, when he went to that period of AEW where he kind of like let himself go, and he kind of got a little thick, man, in the midsection. And bro, the internet trolls was tearing his ass up. And what did Jericho do before he lost weight? Man, he fed into that shit. When he started doing the learning tree, bro, that was the most ever. And you know what he did? He became even more obnoxious because, all right, y'all don't like it? Y'all think I suck? All right, bet. Now I'm really about to be annoying. When you start doing that wizard shit, I fucking hated that wizard shit. But you know what? People was online complaining about it. What he started doing, he started acknowledging the fact that I'm a wizard. You know what I'm saying?
It's a flame.
And the thing is, he's so over the top with his shit. And it's like, you have no choice but to respect it, because guess what? It's like hearing the song, right? How many times have you heard a song and you absolutely hate the fucking song? No. This is in general. Like, let's say you hear a song on the radio and you hate that fucking song. Then out of nowhere, man, you just mind your business throughout the day and you humming the damn song, but you don't even know why. It's like, bro, why is this shit in my head? That's Chris Jericho. No matter how many times he reinvent himself, no matter how many times he reinvented himself and shit like that, it's like, bro, if you like it, you like it. But even if you hate it, eventually, bro, it's gonna catch on. Like the learning tree shit, really? The learning tree? Like, what? But it makes sense. And then you got people like what's my boy? Not Brian Keith. What's my other dude?
Oh, Big Bill.
Big Bill. Then you got Big Bill, and then you got Brian Keith, sitting up here co-signing this shit.
Two random people that can be doing. And now Big Bill, he could be doing more. Brian Keith just showed up. At least showed up on AEW side. So it's like, bro, how do you go from a nobody to, oh my God, I want to see more of the Bad Apple? It's like, dude, bro.
And you know what's crazy? I will say this, and I will hope you understand my comparison. I know a lot of people get on Drake, right? Because Drake, they say that Drake, what he does is, he always latches himself to an upcoming artist. It's like every time, upcoming hip hop or R&B artist is bubbling, you guarantee bet your ass you gonna hear a remix down the line with Drake on that motherfucker. So
that's a lot of artists, but I get what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but with Jericho, I feel the same way. He did the same thing with Sammy Guevara in the Inner Circle. Then you had the Pinnacle with him and MJF and they whole little clique or whatever like that. And then now you got these guys right here with the learning tree gimmick. So my thing is this: Jericho doesn't need to do this shit. Jericho could have won the title, lost it, and fucking dipped. Jericho has over 30 years of wrestling experience, bro. He don't have to do this. So the fact he's willing to go out there, like say, bro, and held a title with that title in 4 years. The FCW championship, bro, it's unrecognized, supposedly, in AEW.
But that still gets TV time. It still gets
exactly.
Like PK is still giving his title love like a mug.
And here go the funny thing. We know what FTW really stand for. And then Chris Jericho being the annoying bastard he is for the world championship. And then you got Taz, the originator of the title, like
being pissed.
Like legitimately steaming, bro. And then you put a piece of tape over the title with the name. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, y'all can't sit there and recognize this as a legitimate championship, yet y'all gonna let this motherfucker wear it and rename it? What?
but you know what? But it's funny because it's like, yeah, we can't acknowledge it, but we can't acknowledge it, but we can't. We know why we know why the legit reason, because the title stands for fuck the world. Okay.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know what FTW stands for, Taz created that title back in ECW, and back when ECW in the 90s, because boy, you just had to be there. Okay. I'm not even gonna go there. You just had to be there. But the title was called Fuck the World. And Taz gave it a middle finger to the world, and he went out there and whooped ass. And he brought that title to AEW. And you know what? And people did give it shit. But you know what? The fact that it never left. It never left. It showed up and it never left. And TK allowed title defenses on the show. So regardless of what you heard about it, he still showed it respect and love, because it's an iconic. It's a title that a lot of the true wrestling fans know. Yeah. So it's like when you see Taz, you see that title, you know what it means. You know what it is. So it's like, oh, you gonna let that ride on the show? WWE would never let that happen. Yeah. But AEW did, and it hasn't done wrong. You've made it into a legit title. I wouldn't be surprised if next that comes up, Tony Khan makes that legit. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a big announcement, because it's like, bro, you know what? This is a legit championship, and it's AEW. We
and you know what's crazy? And my thing is, like, much like Taz, how he kind of felt like, he wasn't being properly utilized in ECW, so he felt like he had to go make his own championship, because that was his way of putting, middle finger to the establishment. Bro, this is what I think what AEW and Tony Khan should do. I think he should take all the underutilized talent, whether it's in real life or perceived by the fans to be underutilized, underappreciated. And bro, like, them should be the people that fight for the title, bro. All the throwaways, you know what I'm saying? All the rebels of AEW and ROH. All right, cool. Like the Jack Perrys. Like, I feel like a Jack Perry FTW this version. Oh, bro. And you just let him run amok. Like, bro, this I don't give a fuck Jack Perry, man, put his ass in there and let him be the FTW champion. Darby Allin, he's a natural rebel. Let him go out there and do some crazy shit with that title. You feel me? Brody King, let big bad Brody, you don't give a fuck, let him really go out there and do some shit and show you how the House of Black work.
So you're making this a hardcore title?
Yeah, fuck the world, fuck the rules, fuck all that. I mean, you do hardcore matches anyway.
That's why the only reason I asked that is because we got the TNT and we got the International Championship, and then of course, so there's like 3 men's singles championships that they rock with, that they got. This belt has to stand out. That's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. It has to stand out. So it's AEW's hardcore championship, kind of like no rules, whatever kind of title. My thing is, it's time for Hook to elevate.
And here's the thing. You know how they technically don't recognize the title? What better championship to put in an unsanctioned rules match? Okay, we just like unsanctioned, like an unsanctioned match. You don't recognize. Okay, whatever happens, this is not the fault of the company. We can't be held liable. Okay, cool. You know what? that's even more of a perfect reason to make that hardcore championship. And, you know, like, bruh, like now you got a reason to fight for this motherfucker. And then if you want to have a regular match, you can. But you know what it is. Like, you know, 9 times out of 10, man, what Justin Roberts say, shit gonna hit the fan.
Yeah, most definitely that. All right, man. Before we get any further, I gotta hit the comments, man, because the people are showing up, the people are getting in. We gotta talk to the people, man. First of all, Crypto said, man, it was good to see Bella in the ring and not wrestle. You a fool.
You stupid.
And he said also, man, yeah, some fresh opponents from Mariah May. Definitely want to see that. All In was all right. Crypto, definitely. He says Baker Mone was 3 out of 5. Jericho Hook did what it was supposed to do, gave the fans a break, some entertainment, and a beer food run. It did, but I still thought it was a pretty good show. Lee, what's good with you, brother? Lee says, man, this pay-per-view had about as much substance as Mercedes' trunk. Okay, you a fool, boy. Will says, man, first of all, Will, what's good with you, Will? Brad Monick should have been in WWE Hall of Fame for his you know what? Will, I'm gonna stop reading that one. I should have proofread before I read it, but I'm a little tipsy. It is what it is.
Hey, you know, it's crazy. I knew what he said because I seen it like 10 minutes ago. I just want to see if you gonna read the whole thing.
Hey, I sure will, man. Hey, you know what it is. You can get me every night and then you can get it. Earl says, man, that Jericho match was just plain slow and middle of the road for me. Again, I feel like because we were getting so many multi-man matches, and and that was like the only back-to-back first singles match I think really went on. I think every other match was like in between some other, you know, multi-man match that was going on after that. Then we got the LCJ. Ricochet looked good as always. Was hoping for the news, Hurt Business, but maybe they're going somewhere else. I mean, if Bobby Lashley decides, if Bobby Lashley, first of all, we got to recognize Bobby Lashley is like almost 50. Even though we know we got a lot of wrestlers that wrestled to that time, I don't know if he still wants to do it. If he still wants to do it, it'd be nice. But again, there's other options for him, so we'll have to wait to see that. Bubba, what up, pimpin'? What's good with you? Joe says, man, AEW going to Australia, also Australia, then Texas, and going strong in 2025. When May thought they would be gone by now. Yeah, you know, when people thought they would be gone by now, and I want to hit on that real quick because the fact that they're bringing All In to the Texas Ranger Stadium, they're not going to be in the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to be in the Texas Ranger Stadium. The fact that they're taking Forbidden Door to London, and they're putting it where normally, first of all, we're getting All In July, and then we're going to get Forbidden Door in August. So it's like, bro, hold on, TK. Wait a minute. Why are you giving us the best summer ever? How are you going to finesse this? So but to see that not only is the Wembley thing working out so well for them, it's 5 years in. A lot of people said this company wouldn't make it 5 years. And not only have they made it 5 years, but dude, they've already got shit ready for the next 5 years. So guess what? They finna be around for 10 years. So
here go the crazy part. And already they got more episodes of Dynamite than Nitro. Like, think about that. They've outlasted WCW Nitro.
That's true. But Nitro, to be fair, Nitro was a last minute thing, you know, because WCW had been around. They just weekly Monday night shows didn't happen until a Raw. That's it took a minute for that aspect to happen, to be fair to them. So they should have outlasted them, but they got to catch up to TNA. You know, at least TNA's still around. They got to catch up to TNA, but they're in a bigger light than where TNA was starting out. Like TNA never started off in this big of a magnitude of TV and anything else. So AEW got them on that, but they don't have it on that. Where we at right now? Okay, we gotta keep going. But you know, that was there. Joe says, man, no, I'm sorry, Joshua, my boy Joshua, man, is Jericho amazing, being able to reinvent himself again. I am still excited for his new learning tree gimmick. You know what? The learning tree is still good. I like what he's doing with it. Now I need to see Big Bill and the Bad Apple do more out of it and not just be his lackeys. I think that would be the big, you know, thing for them moving forward. Then Bubba says, I'm sorry I was busy with school. Bubba, man, don't be apologizing, man. You got to get your learn on, man. Doc says we need a Jericho Fandango rematch. You know what? Actually, I'm not really kind of mad about that because it wasn't a bad match. It might not have been the most exciting, but it wasn't really a bad match. Joe says Toni Storm had her best year in wrestling she ever had. That is most definitely true. Wonder what will happen with Wardlow, Hobbs, and Adam Cole. Adam Cole still coming back from the injury. Wardlow, I don't know. Hobbs, I don't know. I'm hoping now that All In is done, that after so many pay-per-views, TK likes to refresh things and present and bring back people to give people opportunities. So I'm hoping. Wardlow needs to go on some type of warpath. MJF is back. He needs to pay off. He needs to pay off going back at him. And I don't think you need to continue to let too much time go by with that. But that's right. Just me. Bubba says, hey, Bun B being there was awesome. Hey, that was, man. Seeing the Trill OG show up, man, to represent Swerve, man. Yes, that was cold, man. It was like, hold on, okay, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. That's not like I know that voice. Oh, I know that voice. That's an underground king right there, baby. So yeah, I'm seeing Bump B be on there, man. TK, hey, man, TK rock with he rock with the hip hop crowd. Earl says, man, ... Hated that song. Now it's stuck in my head. oh, I get what you said now, Earl. You was referencing the song earlier. AEW needs a hardcore type of title badly. FTW definitely would work in his favor for that. Bubba says, yo, again. And then Earl says, one defense per week, randomly selected opponent made via a lottery draw, spin the wheel. Why not? I think that would be different for the FTW. But the one thing I do want to say, Hooks had that title long enough. I don't want him being stuck with just that one title because it's his dad's title. If you want to make that title legit, you're going to have to get it away from people that ran with Taz and put it on somebody random and let them do something with it. That's going to be the thing there. And then one last and most certainly least, Aladdin, my guy. What's up with you, bro?
A whole lot of yeet. Bubba said, oh yeah, hey, real man. He said, I was surprised when Sting came out. I ain't gonna lie, it was cool, man, to see the Stinger come out, man. And and he didn't do too much. My man wasn't coming back trying to, do a dive off the top rope. He just wanted to help his boy out one good time. That's it.
He did what he needed to do. Show up, and people were like, oh shit, we ain't seen Sting since February. And that's the thing about it. We ain't seen Sting since February. So it's like, bro, he won. He stayed home. He relaxed. But he's like, this is my boy. I'm going to always have his back no matter what. And he showed up. And he made sure they didn't try to light my boy on fire because they was going to definitely try to light my boy on fire.
Hey, that's got to be cool, man. Like being just imagine being Darby Allin, bro. And like you probably grew up, man. You probably had the Sting wrestling figures and the life-size dolls and shit, man. You play, the WCW games and all that with Sting. And now, bro, like y'all legit, like that's your best friend in the business. That's got to be like some surreal shit, bro. Like you could, hey, don't let me be friends with Sting, brother. Hey, bro, man, my black ass gonna be walking around with the crow paint on this shit, asking this motherfucker all kind of questions, shit. Old as hell. Oh, motherfucker gonna be 35 years old. Talking about Mr. Sting. Shut your bitch ass up.
Looking like Michael Myers ain't saying shit to nobody. I got you. Hey man, hey bro, let's get to another match real quick,
man. Yeah, for sure.
We got the hook out the way, man. We talked about Mariah, man, and Storm. You know what, man? Let's go with the. I'm not gonna lie. Now there was apparently a report that I guess went out. I didn't get to read it all. That the Young Bucks were gonna retain, and then them some bitches retain. But let me say this. Everybody loves the Acclaim.
Yeesh.
Oh, scissor me, daddy. Oh, scissor. Dude, are you serious? Y'all didn't say like y'all are sick. These dudes ain't even got out there yet. Even during the match, they were just loud for the Acclaim. This is why I shit on Private Party.
Yeah.
This is why I shit on Private Party because it's like, bro, y'all were one of the original teams that came in. How the hell does this team come in 3 years after y'all? And they're where they're at now. And y'all,
I'm gonna tell you,
y'all are still the fucking joke of the day. I hate.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Big Cass,
Party, man.
Big Cass and Enzo Amore said this, and I'm gonna tell you, it's because it's all about talent, and you can't teach that. You feel me? Hey, bro, like, dude, I can't lie to you, bro. The Acclaimed, to me, I love it because they can wrestle as singles and they can wrestle as a team. Like, and to me, that's what really stood out to me about that claim, especially during the pandemic. I'm like, yo, bro, like, because you know, how many times have you and we've had this conversation, especially when we do our over-unders and shit like that. How many times have we talked about tag teams, bro, where there was always one person in the group that was more favored than the other? There's nobody, I don't think anybody favors Max or Anthony over each other. If anything, they favor Billy Gunn, but that's because Billy's just the OG. He daddy ass.
But Billy's just Billy, though, man. He's just Billy Gunn. Like, everybody loves Billy Gunn, man, because everybody's ready to say, you got 2 words, suck it. That's just the formula. That's just the format. It's just protocol. It is what it is with the OG. But if they were to split, the Acclaimed, though. That's my thing. It's the Acclaim, though. It's the way that people are just. It's like, man, they was just like, damn, they is like, yo, they ready for these dudes, man. Like, the best thing TK could have did was added them to this match. Of course, we got FTR versus the Young Bucks again compared to last year. It was just it was just a regular tag team match. This one, you added a different tag team, but the Bucks ended up winning. I thought the Acclaim was gonna win. I knew the Acclaim was gonna win. They didn't win. Earl, do not cuss us out. We have not got to the Darby Allin and Jungle Boy match yet. That's the only reason why we didn't get to the Sting part yet. We jumped the gun. My bad. But I really like the tag team match. The Acclaim need to be tag team champions again. I can understand the FTR thing, and you know, honestly, I wouldn't mind an FTR Acclaim rivalry. Like, I don't need to see the Young Bucks and FTR no more. I already know what that's gonna do. Give me this FTR and Acclaim, because there's something there that needs to be talked about. There's something there with them two that they need to. Hey, they got some more unfinished business, because interfering in each other's matches and costing. Nah, man, there's still something more there.
And you know what I like about FTR and the Acclaim? I like how they can be. I like how they can be good guys, but they can get their hands dirty when they need to. Like, bro, the FTR ain't no bitches. They Acclaim ain't no bitches. Like, bro, like, hey, Max Caster, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Max Caster, hey, he low-key a dickhead when he need to be. And, you know, my boy Bowens ain't afraid to get his hands dirty either. But what they say, man, no flips, just this. But I think now that FTR getting their older age, man, they starting to do a little bit more flips. You know, hey, they got to keep popping the ratings.
You get older. You do not need to do flips when you get older. Okay, everyone can't be Sting. Okay, everybody cannot be Sting. Bubba says, man, I was surprised when Sting came out. I was too. Definitely didn't expect to see him, but I'm like, my boy Darby Allin gonna need somebody to come have his back. Who gonna show up? But okay, the Icon showed up. It was Wembley. It was big time. We needed it, especially being at his final Dynamite. Oh man, that you lucky son of a bitch. Aladdin says, try Samuel Adams Boston Lager. I don't like too many Boston lagers, or just lagers. Period. The lager is just too bitter of a taste. But there are some that are good. Better than that Bud Light. Don't really care for Bud Light all like that, unless it's the only thing to drink. Then of course Earl cussed us out about Sting, and then Amir said hello, and then Aladdin said that'll be nice. I would have liked to see more of that though, Aladdin. But real quick though, so we got to that. You know, FTR, like I said, Young Bucks retained. They're still the champions. Hopefully, you know, there's something more coming from that. Moving forward, there maybe just a new tag team, whatnot. You know, we got Top Flight back. I think they need to get back into the title hunt. You know, but we're gonna wait to see. Just keep the private party, you know, where you keep them. Bro, let's get to your girl, man. Mercedes Monroe, DMD. Thoughts? I'm leaving this to you. You start this off. What you give talk to the people.
Okay, I absolutely thought this match delivered. I liked it a lot. This match did okay. So before I even talk about Mercedes, let's talk about Britt. Britt Baker, when she needs to turn that shit on, she turned that shit on. When her and Thunder Rosa, when her and Thunder Rosa had they rivalry, bro, man, that was some of the greatest wrestling I've seen out of the women's division of AEW. Her and Mercedes Moné right now. I've had my criticisms of certain matches. I think up to this point, Mercedes' best match at AEW's with Stephanie Vacker. This one was pretty good. It was pretty good. I still say the Stephanie Vacker match was a little better. And the only reason I say that was because you can still tell that Britt, man, her body is still lingering from that back injury.
It's been a minute.
Like Britt's still a step slow. I don't think she will probably ever be as snappy or as quick as she was before. So I mean, that's not nothing I'm gonna hold against her for too long. But overall, man, the matches, I love the reversals. I feel like, man, these two, they got really, really good chemistry. For the longest time, what did we say about AEW? We said, man, we need somebody that can sit up here and run with Britt Baker, because for the longest time, Britt was the best the company had. I mean, you had Chris Statlander that was in and out. You had Sheeta. I mean, for a while, then you brought over Jamie Hayter, but then I think really until Toni Storm, you really had nobody that was at that level that Britt Baker was, which is crazy because Britt Baker, she wasn't even that great, but she was the best that AEW had at the time. Now, when it comes to Monet, I would say this: she went out there, she did her damn thing. I ain't gonna lie. There was a couple points in the match where I honestly thought, Britt had it. I really thought she had it. But you know what? I think this could really be the start of a legitimate rivalry. You know, we've seen some of the men have, good rivalries. Like right now with AEW, you got Hangman and Paige. You got Thunder Rosa and Deanna right now kind of doing they 1-2. You got Willow and Chris Stat. But I think right now with Monet and Baker, pun intended, you really got money in this. Because, bro, they are both arrogant as fuck. They are arrogant as fuck. Yeah. You got Britt Baker that would throw around every chance she get. I was the first ever female signing to AEW. I am a pillar. I'm this. I'm that. And it's like, okay. And that's why people hated her at first, because like, I'm a doctor. I'm a dentist. I'm a wrestler. Yay. And then you got Mercedes Moné. I'm the CEO. I'm the baddest. I'm this. I'm that. I'm the highest paid woman ever. Like, bro, it's a whole bunch of shit talking and braggadocious bullshit going on. And I really believe these women ain't playing characters. I really believe, hey, Mercedes feels like she's the richest and she deserves the shit she's going to get, and she going to style a profile. I feel like Britt Baker feels like she is and forever will be the face of the women's division, and ain't nobody about to come in this motherfucker and take it, especially somebody that said they going to go back to WWE in the future any damn way. So I really think you got some legitimate animosity you can work off of here. So I'm ready. Sign me the fuck up. Keep all the toxicity and put it in the ring, ladies.
Rematch it all out?
Fuck it. Run it back. Why not?
Different title?
Well, Mercedes still has the one title, right?
She still got the strong style and the TBS. So do you switch it up and have it for the different title?
Yep. Because guess what? Now you can have them fight for her title. Mercedes get the win. And then you can fuck around and do a rubber match later on down the line. We ain't got to rush it.
Well, Britt's walking out with a champion. I'm saying it in a way where Britt's walking out with a championship at the next pay-per-view. Like she ain't losing twice in a row. Britt's not losing twice in a row.
You know what? Okay. You know what? Okay. You know what? Mercedes could drop the other title. I don't see it dropping the TV. Well, no, you know what? Actually, I can see it dropping the TBS. I can see it dropping the TBS.
That should have been today, though.
Here's why. Mercedes needed a big win. If you're gonna run it back, here's the reason I say this. I'm not saying that Britt won't go fight over in New Japan, but Mercedes, that's kind of her thing. She's always wanted to wrestle for New Japan. So my thing is, let Britt be the face of TBS, let her be the face of AEW, and let Mercedes kind of do her thing over there, and then do her little, side quest to AEW. I feel like Mercedes can kind of get booked like more like a Moxley type, where she could be in AEW, but if AEW needed a female representative to kind of go over there for a while and kind of do some shit, bruh, send Mercedes. She cool. I don't think Britt would necessarily be as keen to be like the New Japan Strong Champion. I can't see it. Not saying that it won't happen.
Okay, all right, bet. We got a couple more matches we got to talk about, man, and we're gonna get out of here, man, because it's
sir.
Man. We still got work to do. Bro, real quick, MJF and Will Ospreay. I got to say the two matches that I think a lot of us wanted to watch. I think a lot of us really were invested in. Will Ospreay, boy, delivering that Tiger Driver. Whoo! He dropped that boy on his neck, and he dropped that boy on the neck and shoulder. That the shoulder that he had to go have surgery on. So it's like, okay, MJF, obviously, bro, you took the spot, you good, bro. But overall, bro, the match between these two. First of all, before you give your opinion, MJF, first of all, Ospreay, superstar. Of course, London loved him, hometown kid. They gave him all the love. All the love. The Assassin's Creed thing, with the parkour people, that was hit or miss. But Ospreay, the type of ovation that you expected to see. MJF, my God, dude, I just want to applaud him and TK because showing up to London with an American flag with your face on it just screams "fuck you." And them people booed the shit out of you when that flag. The minute that flag dropped, they went crazy, man. MJF as a heel. The match was great. The match was awesome. The back and forth. They gave us everything. We even got a kangaroo kick, and bro, it was more harder than anything else I've seen him do. But MJF, man, just being the best asshole in wrestling today.
Yes, sir.
Give your thoughts.
I've been saying this for probably the last 3.5 years at least. MJF is a fucking GOAT. MJF, and I say this in the most sincere and legitimate way possible. In a very relatively short career, MJF probably has more, or he's up there when it comes to top promos, memorable promos that when you think of wrestling promos, it's like, damn, bro, you could throw him in that list. When you think about storylines and shit like that and rivalries, MJF is up there. I mean, just look at it. MJF and Mox, MJF and Punk, even though we never got that, that we
got it twice. We just
we got it, but
finished after MJF was champion.
But MJF and Jericho, MJF and Jungle Boy, MJF and Wardlow. Now
Darby Allin.
Now, were the results necessarily the match itself? Was it always what we wanted? No, but you can't discount, man, every single thing he's been involved in, bro. Him and Adam Cole, bro. I don't give a fuck how it ended. Dude, that shit was so fucking bro, it was great because
you wasn't supposed to be, man. We were not supposed to buy into that,
which makes it even better. Which makes it even better because it's just like every time you try to write MJF off, he came with something different. Then he started to become a face and went from the most hated guy in the company to the most loved guy in the company. Then he went through a little spell where, the whole bidding war 2024, that shit was starting to kind of run its course. And the gimmick kind of ran sour for a little bit, and it was what it was. But dude, I got to say this, bro. MJF, he's a fucking GOAT. Tony Khan, if I was him, I would have backed the Brinks truck for his ass too. Because you know what? Anywhere MJF goes, he's cash. I'm sorry. WWE.
He ain't talking about leaving no more. So of course, he backed that truck up, man.
WWE, he's cash. TNA, he's cash. You gotta put respect on his name. And I would say this. I was kind of frustrated, like a lot of people. Because I'm like, bro, why is Tony Khan protecting MJF so much? His first year and a half, he really didn't fucking wrestle, but he was getting all this airtime. And I'm like, bro,
he wasn't there yet. He wasn't there yet.
I don't get it. He always had the gift of gab. But then it's like, okay, match by match by match, he started doing more and more and more shit. It's like, okay, I get it now. Now it's the clicked. Now he done found himself. Bro, he can do no wrong because he might have a bad week or two of promos here or there. But guess what, bro? He gonna bring that shit back. Because he knows what the fuck he doing. The way he manipulates the crowd on a mic is bro. It's poetic. It's to the point, bro. He threw fucking water, whatever the hell, on a little boy, got so much fucking heat for it, and then it got to a point to where he started daring motherfuckers on live TV to do something about it. And they didn't do shit. Bro, you gotta respect it. He don't give a fuck.
They appreciate the genuine asshole that he is, man. Bro, for me, great match. Will Ospreay retained the AEW International Championship back. It's back to being the International Championship. Definitely would like to see a rematch. Daniel Garcia showed up in this match to make sure to remind MJF, oh no, bro. First of all, I ain't gone, and not only am I not gone, but me and you, we got something to finish. So I can't wait. Ooh, I can't wait for that. But we got to finish out, man. Real quick, I want to go through the gauntlet match real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes,
First
sir.
of all,
Yes,
I think this was the best gauntlet match TK has ever put on. We had it started off with Orange Cassidy. We had the Continental Classic champion Okada, and then we got oh my god, I'm trying to remember names. We got Kyle O'Reilly, and then we got Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel fucking McGuinness.
Nigel McGuinness. I did not expect to see that. TK, damn. You know what? You pulled one on me because I did not expect to see him show out. We got Roddy Strong. We got Kyle O'Reilly. Bro, we got Mark Briscoe. Dude, I think the people that came out for this gauntlet match were the right people. Like TK, he just put out the new, to me, I feel like everybody that was in this gauntlet match, with an exception, maybe one or two, real quick, and then I only get to the main event.
Yeah.
I think maybe with the exception of one or two, I think all of these guys are next AEW World Heavyweight Champions. Am I wrong? Or am I overthinking that? Or what? And I'm sorry, and Hangman Page, because he was a part of it too. And Christian should not have won that shit.
He should not have. First of all, fuck Luchasaurus, fucking dinosaur. That's why they went extinct. Now, but to get back to your point, if they don't become champions, they're going to be in the championship conversation. They're going to be in the fight for a belt. And like you say, bro, like everybody that came out, it was like, okay, like there was not one person that came out, and I was like, I could have did without. It was like, oh shit, like, yeah, bro. But my thing is like Nigel McGuinness, because he's been talking shit about Bryan Danielson ever since he became a commentator in AEW. They got a long history going back decades and stuff like that. But to see this man come out, bro, my man's he stayed in the weight room. He ain't never let up. My boy came out jacked as shit. I said, bro, I texted. Oh no, we was talking on the phone. I said, bro, if Danielson win tonight, I said, bro, I can see them playing. Bro, you're not about to have him talk all that shit and seeing the pop he got, and then you not gonna have him fight Danielson before you retire. I don't know if
I didn't agree with that. The only reason I didn't agree with that, because one, it was a kind of a hometown thing, and two, watching Nigel, you can tell, man, this was his first match in a long time. There was quite a few moments where Nigel was like, boy, woo, you are shuffling your feet, sir. You are definitely shuffling your feet. But it was nice to see him out there, because he was one of those guys I didn't think we would ever see him in the ring. And the fact that he was out there the whole match, like just holding his own, it's like, dude, like, you know what? Okay, Nigel, damn, boy, you just made me respect you a little bit more. Cool, no problem. I'm with that. But again, Hangman, we thought he was gonna win. He came out doing the shit he said he was gonna do. You see, Uno didn't even bother coming out. He said, "Hey man, whoop my ass on my. I'm not even coming out. I don't even want it no more." But then for Christian Cage to get it, and it's for him to get a future title shot, it makes me wonder, because I'm like, okay, I just knew Page was about to win this. He didn't win the Owen Hart tournament. I know he's about to win this, and he didn't win it. Right. And I'm like, okay, where are you going with this? And where are you going with this? But I want to save that question for another day. I want to say that for Wednesday. Right now, man, because we about to get rid out of here, but I want to get to the main event real quick. Swerve Strickland, Bryan Danielson. And Ricochet also showed up for the gauntlet match, by the way. I was trying to remember everyone's name. I forgot something. But Ricochet made his debut. Not a bad debut. The main event, Swerve versus Bryan Danielson. Sir, for me, 5-star. Yeah, I'm going to give you 5-star. The match was everything they needed to be. The video packages, the intros, the way it started, the shit talking that Swerve was doing to his wife and his kids, everything that was just going on back and forth. The Hangman coming out and kind of causing the distraction, but yet it didn't really help too much, but it helped enough in the end. The back and forth, just the dude, it was It was everything. Swerve made me love him and hate him and love him and hate him, and I loved every minute of it. Bryan Danielson wanted. I didn't want to see Swerve lose, but damn it, I didn't want to see Bryan Danielson get pinned. Give the people your thoughts, man, before we roll out of here, man.
No, absolutely. Bro. Same here. Five-star match. And here's the funny thing. Even though Swerve has been doing some heelish shit, we've kind of gotten used to Swerve kind of being like that anti-hero, that cool guy. Looked less as a villain, more of just, anti-authority. I would say this. Going into Wembley, going into London, with the prospect of this being Bryan Danielson's last match, him and Nana played the heel role so perfectly because he had no choice. Yeah, the crowd did the Who's House. Yeah, they did the Swerve while we drive there in the entrance. Yeah, but as soon as Danielson came out, bro, and Danielson was in the ring, and Danielson just kind of watched Swerve come down to the ramp. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But once he seen Swerve come down to the ramp, and once he stepped in the ring and they rung that bell, oh, bro, the crowd was behind Danielson. And I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, cussing out, yelling at the dude's wife and kids. He really so that kind of made it easier for people to cheer for Danielson.
But that's why when I texted you and I was laughing, I said, bro, like Nana is a different type of diabolical. You out here swerving in front of this man's wife and his kids while he getting his damn head stomped in, and you just up there it's a game to you, it's a joke to you. And then you got Swerve up there talking big shit like, I don't know why he brought his wife and his kids here. You must want to see him like that. Yeah, and he just talking that shit. But bro, again, this is why I give both these gentlemen credit. Danielson, he's been known throughout his entire career, hard hitter. Bro, he gonna stiff you. And he gonna make you look good too. Bro, Swerve gave it back. Swerve gave that shit back. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Exactly 5. There were so many times in this match where I'm like, bro, damn, man, Swerve got it. And like I said, Swerve would have won, yay. But, bro, Danielson, I ain't gonna lie, brother. If he would have held that title up and he would have put it down in the ring and took his boots off, hey, I wouldn't have been mad at that either, bro. I was so fucking happy. Like, bro, if he was to retire, bro, what better way to go out than 50,000 plus in the biggest event of AEW's career, of the calendar year. But hey, he won. We got a few more miles left in the tank. Yeah. I'm excited to see where we go. But bro, great fucking match. And then that final countdown with the video package, dude, like that shit. I was going through the motions because if I thought I had my pick, I'm like, fuck, they playing the final countdown, and he got the cross again. It's the final. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, this is the perfect way to go out. This is my man about to crash out in the blaze of glory. And then he pulled it off.
Even though I said it on the prediction. I said, bro, if Bryan Danielson win, I'm not mad. I'm going to pick Swerve, but if he wins, I'm not mad, dude. It was everything it needed to be. You had the people hooked, line, and sinker. If you needed a way, I'm not gonna discredit what happened today. It was everything it needed to be. It ended the show the way it needed to. But boy, I'm not gonna get rid of if that was Hangman versus Page. Swerve. I'm sorry, Hangman versus Swerve for the championship, and they was getting that out the way and finishing that rivalry out. But bro. Like I said, man, you won on the predictions. You the new champ. You know what I'm saying? You'll have your championship tomorrow. Great show. We enjoyed it. That was the first show of 4. We got 1 of 4 people. All right. We got Berlin this Saturday. We got No Mercies on Sunday, and then we got All Out the damn Sunday. Man, shit. Shit.
We got a lot.
1 of 4. I'm not gonna lie, Berlin may look the same as today. We may or may not be able to get it. We will definitely be on for No Mercy. We'll definitely be on for All Out. But hey, life is, we gotta do what we gotta do, just like y'all.
Hey man, hey, life be lifing.
Life be lifing, man. But with that being said, my guy, you are the champ. You won.
Yes,
I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you, but just know you'll be giving it back by the end of the weekend. And with that being said, my dude, it's been a pleasure. To the people, we appreciate y'all as always, man. We got to get out of here. It's been a long day. I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired, bosses. I'm ready to go to school. And so, bro, tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw, we're gonna do what we do, get the week started. Because, like I said, Bash at Berlin is Saturday. We're gonna do what we do. Any parting words for the people, man, before we get out of here? As Earl said, give me 2 heels from AEW and WWE. You want to see one-on-one and a no DQs fall match, Earl? I'll answer that for you tomorrow. Give me time to think about it. Bubba says, I thought Danielson was going to retire due to him not being under contract. I'm pretty sure he's on a handshake deal with TK because TK is that kind of guy. He ain't rushing this man to leave. When he's ready to go, he's gonna go, and it is what it is. But with that being said, bro, do what you do best, man.
Absolutely. Hey, before we get out of here, man, I just want to thank God. I want to thank my wife for riding with me. You know, it's been a rough couple of months without my title. I want to thank my kids for making it out. Because, you know, man, it was a lot of shots being fired. So the fact that y'all asked was great. And then yeah, man, I want to thank this blue moon because this blue moon got me feeling good right now, man. But before I say anything else that may or may not incriminate myself, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generational Wrestling Podcast. I'm the franchise. He is the king, and we're the GOW. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Oh, shit.